Okay, let's start it off. I got a text from a pro-Israel group. Let me go through this here. Hi, my name's Jennifer with Friends of Peace. We're gathering perspectives on Israel. We've and would value yours. Do you have a moment to chat? First of all, I didn't respond till 5:50 because I was working. Okay, that's great. Thanks for being open to chatting. Some people frame this as a political conflict, while others see it as Israel taking steps to protect its civilians from Hamas. What is your perspective? Hi, are you still there? Okay. Well, I believe that both sides have done things to poke the bear and to egg on the other side. I believe that they don't want there to be an end to this, and they want to use the war to get more money for their citizens. To use this to get more money from their citizens and other countries, i.e., the United States. The U.S. government has enough problems in our country, and we need to stay out of foreign affairs. And then she starts going on a heartbreak. It is heartbreaking to think some leaders might be using conflict for personal gain. They do that all the time. Many supporters are concerned about how terrorist groups operate from civilian areas. Do you know weapons and tunnels are often built under hospitals and neighborhoods? And that's heartbreaking. It is. War is very heartbreaking. And in any war, innocent lives are lost. And that's why I am very anti-war. Especially needless ones like the war that we had 20 years ago in Iraq with George Bush, and the current war with Iran that we seem to be getting ourselves in. But, these politicians, and I put it there, right on the bottom there, they just they use these wars to enrich themselves. It is devastating, and then she links a video. Innocent people are caught in the crossfire. That's what happens in war. And that's why I don't think we should be in Iran, and I previously didn't think we should be in Iraq either. Israel is doing its best to minimize harm to civilians while protecting its own people from terrorism. Oh. Right there, I'm like, all right, they're a pro-Israel group. Does this make you feel different about Israel's need to protect its civilians? While she did classify Hamas as a terrorist group, I would agree with that. But in ways, I also believe that Israel is a terrorist group. I think any country that uses war and has innocent lives and innocent people's lives dying so that country can get rich, I think that is a problem. It is one thing to defend yourself, but it is another thing to start a war just so that you or people in your country can get rich off of other people's deaths. That's a great step, blah, blah, blah. Israel's goal is to stop them and protect its people. I don't know if that's Israel's goal. Israel's goal is to get rich because that's what Israel does. The U.S. should support Israel. Yeah, I don't agree with that. I don't think the U.S. should be getting involved in these foreign conflicts, but the U.S. is not the world police. Bingo. I think the U.S. has done more than enough over the years for Israel. Too much, in fact. I support America first. We have a lot of problems that need to be addressed in our own country and government before we are sending more aid to Israel. I understand your America first, quote-unquote, perspective, but consider the U.S.-Israel partnership actually benefits Americans' national security and tech innovations. Doesn't a strong Israel also mean a stronger America? No, frankly, Israel wouldn't exist without being propped up by our tax dollars, but nobody wants to have that conversation. And shouldn't we prioritize alliances that help keep us safe? How does prioritizing Israel keep us safe? That's what got us into Iraq, and now is what is getting us into Iran. How does our relationship with Israel benefit tech innovations? We are getting killed by China, which we are. In that category. Also, national security. They had us bomb Iran for weapons of mass destruction, which weren't there. And now Trump bombed Iran under false pretenses straight from the mouth of Bibi Netanyahu. Bibi has had the U.S. do Israel's dirty work for years. Israel would not exist without being propped up by the... And that seemed to shut this person up, because I have never gotten a response from them since sending that message. This was probably an AI or a chat bot or something like that. This probably wasn't even a real person that I was talking to. And they probably were just AI headings and buzzwords, buzz stuff. And when the script ran out, she had nothing to say. And so they were all pre-scripted. And now that's why I didn't get a response. But I just thought that was interesting that I would share with you what happens when some pro-Israel group texts me.